Bonjour, my fellow language enthusiasts. Today we look at 4 words or phrases that have their roots in the land of croissant and the Eiffel Tower. Denouement, Masse, Pièce de Résistance and Petite. Learn their meaning, usage and pronunciation in both English and French. Do keep watching, but first, subscribe to The English Nut on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube and X. Thank you. A denouement refers to the final resolution or outcome of a narrative where all the complexities of the plot are unraveled. It's that satisfying moment when everything falls into place. The word denouement comes from the French verb dénouer, meaning to untie. This itself is derived from the Latin nodus, meaning knot. While I have used the accent mark over the first E of denouement, which is faithful to the French spelling, in English the use of the accent mark is optional. And the pronunciation? In English it's denouement with an emphasis on the ment. Note that the N sound at the end is very soft. It's more like the preceding vowel sound or is nasalized on. The French pronunciation is quite similar, denouement. The film's denouement tied up all the loose ends beautifully. In the novel's denouement, the true villain was revealed. The unexpected denouement left the audience in awe. Pseudonymous Bosch is the pen name of American author Raphael Simon. He wrote, "One dictionary defines denouement as the final part in which everything is made clear and no questions or surprises remain." By that definition, he continued, it is exactly the wrong word to describe this chapter. This chapter will make nothing clear. It will raise many questions, and it may even contain a surprise or two. But I say we call it the denouement anyway, because the word sounds so sophisticated and French. This word was suggested to me by Shankar Sengupta. En masse means all together or as a group. It's used to describe people or things moving or acting as one entity. It can also mean in large numbers. The phrase en masse comes directly from French, where en means in and masse means mass. In both French and English, it's pronounced en masse with a nasal en. The students arrived en masse for the graduation ceremony. Protesters gathered en masse in the city square. Birds migrated en masse, filling the sky with their numbers. In an article about baseball in the Chicago Tribune, Paul Sullivan wrote, "Billy Williams caught the ball in the vines as the entire ballpark exhaled en masse." This phrase was suggested by Dubai Media 7870. Pièce de Résistance refers to the most important or remarkable feature of something, especially a meal or event. It's the highlight or masterpiece. The French origin phrase Pièce de Résistance literally translates to piece of resistance. It denotes the principal or most outstanding part of a creation or event. In English, it's pronounced Pièce de Résistance. The French pronunciation is similar but with a softer R, pièce de résistance. Ideally, the phrase should be spelt with the French accent marks intact. The E in pièce has a grave accent over it, which looks like a pole slanting to the left, and the first E in résistance has an acute accent over it, which looks like a pole slanting to the right. The chef's dessert was the pièce de résistance of the meal. Her final performance was the pièce de résistance of the evening. The painting was considered the pièce de résistance of the exhibition. Sports writer Houston Mitchell wrote in the Los Angeles Times about a football game that took place in 1972. The 6 touchdowns Davis scored would go down as one of the greatest single-game performances in college football history. The pièce de résistance of a storybook 72 season for the USC that still ranks among the best the sport has ever seen. The phrase pièce de résistance was suggested by Arindam Sengupta. Petite describes something small or slender, often used to refer to a small-framed person. especially a woman. The word petite comes from the French word petit, which means small. The feminine form is petite, spelt with an E at the end. In French, the last letter of a word is usually silent. So in the masculine form, petit, the T at the end is silent. But in the feminine form, petite, there is an E at the end, so you pronounce the second last letter, the T. The English word petite has been adapted from the feminine form, so it has an E at the end. In English, it's pronounced petite. The French pronunciation is similar, petite, but with a softer T. She wore a petite dress that fit her perfectly. The boutique caters to petite women with stylish clothing. Her petite frame made her look delicate and graceful. The apartment, though petite, was cozy and well decorated. Liz Carr, comedian and disability rights activist, once said, "My medical case notes describe me as skeletally deformed, with severe contractures and stunted growth. I prefer to think of myself as petite and slim, with an unconventionally fascinating body." The word petite was suggested by Debu Chaudhary. Today we've explored the elegant and expressive world of French words and phrases, denouement or masse, pièce de résistance and petite. Each word or phrase adds a touch of sophistication to our language. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning and keep falling in love with the English language. I'm the English Nut. Bye for now.